welcome to Drawing with Bubbles. Today I am drawing Alice from Alice in Wonderland, plus Cheshire Cat. And I am holding strong with my drawing of backgrounds. I can't say this one turned out as good as last week's, but it was definitely a lot more difficult than last week's. So I'm just glad that I'm doing it, and maybe eventually I'll actually get somewhere with it. Anyways, this picture was requested by Lion Me, and I have a few requests built up, so if you request yours and it takes a few weeks, that's just because I'm making my way through the list, but I will get to yours as soon as I can. So, I am now on my second sketch layer, and this image was a lot of fun because her, dress with the apron, I just had fun because, I added hems and stuff and just little details on her underskirts and stuff. And the main reason I did that is because, you might know I'm really comfortable with drawing people, so adding more details to the person made it so that I could take breaks from the background to work on that, instead of just, having to go through the grueling pain of the background all at once. Not that it's really that bad since I like to draw, but, you'll see later on, I was drawing a bunch of roses, a bunch, because she's sitting in a field of roses, and so basically that was just me drawing roses for a long time, and I think I took, 2 breaks from it to do other things in the drawing, but for the most part, it's just roses, so this picture took over 3 hours, so usually for most of my videos, I've sped it up 25 times. This one is sped up 30 times. I thought it was a little bit hard to watch, but it's just 25 times was way too slow, so, this is the fastest I could get it before it was, impossible to see what was going on, so it's a bit longer than normal, but with 25 times only sped up, it was 8 minutes long. So I did not go with that. So you can see me working on the Cheshire Cat. This cat is kind of hard to do because it just doesn't really fit with how my style is. I guess no cats really fit with my style because cartoony cats like this Cheshire Cat don't look right, but I don't know how to draw realistic cats, so it's kind of just that's what you get. Now I'm drawing the mushrooms, which were fun to draw, fun to color, but background, so not very fun. That's okay. And now you can see, I was doing it earlier, but now I'm working on the roses. I think this might be the final stretch for me. Yes, finishing up the roses. And the coloring didn't take long. I couldn't use a paint bucket tool because that would take forever, but you can see I'm just taking in just solid red and filling everything in by hand. And then after that, I lock the transparent pixel so I can only draw on that red, and then I add gradients of color just to make it look more interesting, I suppose. And now I'm coloring the mushrooms, which right now I was thinking I would do this teal bluish color to kind of complement the red of the roses. But once I started doing Alice, I realized that her bluish teal was already complementing it, and it didn't even match with what I had with the mushrooms. So I actually go through a few different colors with the mushrooms. So now I changed it to red. So I had it at red for a while. So I'm doing some other stuff, finishing up the line art on Alice, which after doing all that background felt like a treat. It was really fun. Now I'm coloring the Cheshire Cat, and at this point, I am drawing very slowly. it might not show because I sped up the video so much, but there might be pauses because I was actually Skyping with some friends, and so I was drawing so slow and talking. When I draw and talk at the same time, I just go very slow. And here you can see I changed the mushroom color again to a purpley color, so it basically just matches, and I ended up going with that. And you might be wondering, what is that little thing that you just made and put in on the mushroom stem? That was going to be sort of a color reference that I wanted to use for Alice, Because at first I was thinking maybe I would change her blue to more of a cool blue or a violet to match with the background, but that just didn't look right, so I didn't actually end up using that color key for anything but the skin, which is alright because live and learn, but it was kind of fun to just scribble with some colors for a minute because this drawing, like I said, took 3 hours, which is long for me, and so it was nice to take little breaks and do the things about drawing that I enjoy, which is, like, scribbling. So now I'm finishing up the cat, and I was kind of doing this thing where, like, I haven't seen the movie in forever, but when I looked up Cheshire Cat, it showed it kind of, like, spiraling and disappearing. So I tried to make it look like the cat was doing that. Maybe it doesn't look like that, maybe it does, but hoping it does, and that's the effect I was trying to get. For the line art in the background, I didn't use my usual technique of line art, which is to, like, take the color, move it cooler on the color wheel, and get darker. Instead, what I did was just made it as close to purple as I could, so then if I had line art for everything as purple in the background, it would just fit in better. So, oh, I just turned it off, but what I was doing is, I noticed that Alice just wasn't fitting in with the background, so what I did is I just set a layer on multiply, did a dark purple, and then just created a shadow, and then erased some parts to make her look like she fit in, and I felt like that made her fit in with the picture a lot better, so, and like integrated her into the background instead of the background just like being there. And I really like how it looks, so here's a finished illustration. Remember to rate, comment your suggestions down below, and subscribe. Bye!